no extra noise?
Piri, I cannot hear you well.
You can't hear me?
Very, very low. Do you have that little black speaker thing you had on your shirt?
Okay. They're asking for the black speaker thing because it's very, very low. Okay, 1 second. 1 second.
Just now they were able to hear us clearly.
It's actually one of them just told me now.
That they cannot hear you clearly.
Yeah. Where's the other one?
Can they make it louder? Yes, can they like really cannot hear you?
What are you gonna do? 1 second.
How long is this class?
About an hour and 30.
You just spend 3 hours using that one. Maybe it will work. There you go. Doesn't make sense. I definitely know
How
I
about
can.
now? Is this better? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Sofiana?
better,
Yeah,
better.
it's clear.
Yes, very good, Piri.
Yeah, better?
Yes, much better.
Okay, that's good.
Can you hear them?
Yeah. Okay. So we're about to start our class. For this class, you will need some blocks and you will need a cushion. Okay, so I'm going to do a general knee issue class. Okay, so we're actually going to start in standing position. So everyone stand with your feet hip width apart and make sure your feet are positioned so that your knees feel no pain. Some of you might need to step a little wider. Some of you might need to step a little closer. The recommended is hip width apart with a slight bend in your knees. Relax your shoulders and roll them back. Tailbone facing down. Pull your navel in and up. Open your chest. We're going to start with the left hand on the heart and the right hand on your pelvis. Inhaling from your heart. Exhaling, imagine unconditional love dropping down into your lower body. So we're just going to spend some time here, taking a few deep breaths and observing how we feel in this position. So centering position. Drop down into your legs and observe how your legs feel. Feel your feet pressed against the ground. Check to see how your knees feel and tap into how you feel. Can you see the gecko, Nord? It's in the ceiling. All right. The gecko has decided to give us some background music to our yoga. Okay, let's just continue to breathe. So I invite you to become aware of your knees during this class. In order to honor this part of our body, we just want to drop into it and accept whatever you're feeling. Allow your knees to talk to you during this class. Allow yourself to respond to what your knees are telling you. As we breathe, I welcome you to drop your breath down into your knees as you inhale and exhale. Slowly release and drop your hands. Lace your fingers. Inhale, push your palms up in the air. Keep your knees soft. Exhale, press the back of your hands on your head and push your head against your hands. Again, inhale, push your palms up. Exhale, press your palms down. One more time. Inhale and exhale, release. Now we're going to try and lift our heels off the floor, pushing the balls of your toes against the floor. Keep your knees bent. Slightly inhale. And then exhale, coming back down. Bend the knees even a little bit more, contracting your quads. Again, inhale, pushing the balls of the toes. So we're in effect floating our foot, which subconsciously contracts both the front and back of the thighs. Exhale, bend the knees, drop down a little bit more. Again, contracting your quads as you drop down. Inhaling, floating your foot, keep the knees slightly bent. Don't lock the knees. Exhale, dropping down. Little bit more, contract and stay here. Squeeze the front and back of the thighs. Put your hands on your thighs to make sure they're hard. For 5, 4, 3, 2, again. Inhaling, making sure your knees and your toes are facing the same way. Floating against the floor. Exhale, coming down again. Squeeze the front and back of the thighs. For 5, make sure your knees are pointing in the same line as your toes. 4, 3, 2. Last time, lifting up, inhaling, reaching up, and exhaling, bending down, squeeze and contract. For 5, 4, front and back. 3, 2, and release. So the next thing we're going to do is take our hands up, breathe in, keep your hips pointing forward, and just draw your navel in and rotate only from the chest. Keep the hips pointing forward. Again, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, rotating the other way. Try not to rotate from your lower body. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling to the left. One last time. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling to the right. Opposite way. Inhaling, reach up. And exhaling to the left. Now taking the left hand up, breathe in. Keeping your hips square. Breathe out and just rotate. Keeping the hips square. Other side, breathe in. Breathe out. Hips remain stacked over your ankles. Inhaling, working the core. Stretching the ribs gently. Other side, inhaling. Exhaling last time. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last. Inhaling. And exhaling. Roll your shoulders back. Breathe in. Lifted heart. Keep your knees slightly bent. Breathe out. Clasp the hands behind. Lift the chest as you inhale. Lift the chin. Exhale. Chin to the right. Going the other way. Inhale. Keep knees slightly bent. Exhale. Chin to the left. One more time. Inhaling up. Exhaling right. Other side. Inhaling up. Exhaling left. Coming back to the center. Breathe in. Pull the navel in. Breathe out. Rounding your spine. And then inhaling, lift off the heels again and float into the floor. And exhale, release, slowly come down. So throughout this whole class, you want to have a soft bend in the knees. We're going to come now to the front of the mat for a modified Surya Namaskar. Soft knees. You can choose maybe a wider or a narrower stance, but please check into your knees and make sure to keep your feet in a position that makes your knees feel good. Inhaling, lift off your heels and reach up over your head. Exhaling, put your heels down, bend your knees, and touch the floor. On the next inhale, right leg steps back. Okay, and you can, if you need to, put the knee down. Otherwise, left foot steps back. Exhaling, drop into a half push-up or all the way down to the floor. Point the toes. Inhaling, lift into a baby cobra. Some of us can go a little higher. Exhaling, down. Tuck in the toes, pressing back, and coming to a downward facing dog. Staying here for 3. You can bend your knees, lift your butt a little higher. 2, pushing your heels against the floor. And 1, slowly walk your feet in. Keep the knees bent. Keep your feet hip width apart or find the position that feels good. Keeping the knees bent, we rise up. Inhaling, hands up. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Going again one more time. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Stepping the right leg back into a lunge. You want to pull the kneecap a little bit, contract the quads. Other leg steps back. You may put the knees down, drop chaturanga, or go all the way down, whichever feels better for you. Lift, lengthen, open your chest. Inhale, you can stay here. We can go a little higher. Exhale, tuck in your toes and push back. Lifting the butt high, pressing the balls of the toes in the floor and pushing back, slight bend in the knees for 3, 2, 1. Walk your feet in. Keep your feet hip width apart and slowly rising up again. Inhaling, hands up, and exhaling, hands down. You may begin to stay this way, or we can proceed with a little bit more. Exhale, dropping down. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling, right leg back. Inhaling, left leg back. Again, chaturanga or drop all the way down, pointing the toes, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. 3, 2, 1. Hop or walk your feet in. Keep your knees from rotating, soft knees, rising up, inhaling, hands up. Exhaling, hands down, left side. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, dropping down. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, left leg back. Keep the heel over the toes to keep the knees strong. You may pull the thigh up, front and back of the thigh contracted. Do not bend the knee too much, just a slight bend. Front and back of the thigh contracted. Inhaling into the plank. Exhale, drop all the way down or chaturanga. Support if you need. Inhale halfway or all the way up. Exhaling into the downward facing dog. Staying here, pushing the ground with the balls of your toes, bending the knees. Stick the butt high for 3, 2, 1. Hop, step, or walk your feet in. And slowly rising up, inhaling, keeping a slight bend in your knees. Exhaling one more time. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, dropping down. Stepping back. Remember, back thigh pulling upwards, floating the foot heel over toes. Front thigh not bending too much. Front and back of the thigh is contracting. Step into your plank, breathe in. Breathe out, drop all the way down or go to chaturanga, point the toes. Inhaling halfway or all the way up. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Staying here again, bend the knees. Stick the butt up, push back for 3, 2, 1. Hop, step, or walk your feet forward. Inhaling. Remember to keep the feet in a position that feels good for you. Keep the knees bent, hands up. Exhaling, hands down. Last time on the left, then we'll do a modified Surya B. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, left foot steps back. Again, heel over toes to activate the front and back of the thigh. Contract the hamstring, contract the quads. Step into your flank, breathe in. Drop all the way down or chaturanga. Breathe out. Upward facing dog or cobra. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Knees slightly bent. Push the butt high in the sky. Press back for 3, 2, 1. Hop, step, or walk your feet forward. And rising up, inhaling, hands overhead. Exhale, hands down. If you want now, put your blocks on the far edge of the mat so that we're going into our lunges with the assistance of the block. Otherwise, use your own body. Feet hip width apart or comfortable. Listen to your knees. Put them in a comfortable position. Again, some of you might need to go wider and open your feet a little more. Some of you might enjoy the hip width. We're going up on our heels. Inhale, up on your heels. Okay. Exhale, put your heels down and soften your knees as you drop down to the floor. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling, right leg steps back. Inhaling, left leg steps back. Dropping all the way down to the floor. Point your toes, lift, lengthen, and open your chest. Tuck in toes, downward facing dog. Keep your left heel on the block. Step your right leg forward as far as it feels comfortable for you, making sure that the knee and the ankle are in line. Pushing into the front parts of your foot. Lift yourself up, making sure to contract the front and the back of the thigh, making sure to press the balls of the back toes into the floor, pull the thigh up, contract the front and the back of the thigh, reaching the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, 3, Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. And exhale, hands coming down, stepping the feet together. Feet hip width apart, knees are bent. Rising up again, inhaling, hands up. Exhaling, hands down. Keeping the feet hip width apart, coming up on our toes again. Inhale, pointing the feet into the floor. Exhale, bending the knees and slowly dropping down. Touch the floor. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, left leg steps back. Inhale, right leg steps back. Exhale, dropping down to the floor again. Or going into chaturanga, pointing the toes. Upward dog or cobra, inhale. Exhale, tucking the toes to downward facing dog. Keeping your right heel on the block. Step your left foot forward. Try to find the position that feels comfortable and not painful. Knees aligned with toes. Contract the back and the front of your thigh. Push the back toes into the floor. Contract the front quadricep and the back hamstring. Pushing the floor with our toes as we lift up. Feet are hip width apart or wider. Some of you need to be wider. 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, hands down, step the feet hip width apart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, keep the knees soft at all times, rising up, inhaling, exhaling. So now that we know the basic structure, we're going to do 2 more, but we're going to play with it a little. Inhaling, lift off your heels, reaching up as high as you can. Exhaling, dropping down. You can keep your heels down, or you can keep your knees facing forward, or facing in the direction of your toes. Drop halfway and hold for 4, 3, 2, hands down, heels down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right leg steps back. Inhale, left leg steps back. And as you exhale, drop down to the ground. Point your toes. Inhale, you can stay here for a baby cobra, or you can go a little bit higher depending on what your body can do. Exhale, tuck in your toes. Downward facing dog. Keep your left heel on the block. Remember, some of you are wider than hip width. You know what you need. Forward to wherever you feel comfortable. And then keep the knee in line with the center line of the foot. Contract the front and back of the thighs. Contract the front and back of the thighs. Push the balls of the toes into the floor. And slowly rise up. We're staying here. Let's circle the arms a little bit. Inhaling. Activate the inner thighs. And exhaling. 4. Circling the arms. Activated inner thighs. And 3. 2 more times. If there's knee pain, step a little wider. 2. 1 more time. Clasping the hands and opening the chest. Making sure you're not rolling in. Check your front knee. If it's rolling in, roll onto the outer edge of your foot. Otherwise, stay in the center line. Humble warrior, pull your navel in and drop forehead to knee for 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, hands on the floor, feet hip width apart, keep your knees soft, slowly rising up, inhaling, hands overhead, exhaling, hands down, going for the left side, on your toes, lifting your heel or stay down. Keep a slight bend in the knees, breathe in. And as you breathe out, dropping down, making sure knees and toes are tracking in the same line, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Keep your knees slightly bent as you touch the floor. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhaling, left leg steps back again. Right leg steps back, breathe in. Breathe out, dropping down, chaturanga, or go all the way down, point to toes. Inhaling, cobra. As high as you feel your body can allow you today. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And now the right heel stays on the block. The left foot comes forward. Find a position that feels good for you. Remember, knees and toes in same line. Contract the front and back of your thighs. Contract the front and back of your thighs. Push the balls of your toes against the floor. Rising up, dropping into your hip, squeezing your inner thigh. And if you feel any knee issue, go a little wider. Lifting up, extending. 5. Contract. 4. 3. 2. Start to circle 4 times. Inhaling. Exhale 4. Exhale 3. 2 more. Exhale 2. Last one. And clasping the hands behind. Opening the heart. Lifting your chest as high as you can. Humble warrior. Firming the front and back of the thigh. Pull your navel in and drop down. 5. 4. 3. 2. Hands down, feet hip width apart. Knees are still soft. Inhale, sliding up. And exhaling, hands down. So one last time, adding a little bit of rotation. Inhaling off your heels, reach, 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 reach up, breathe in. Breathe out, hanging and hovering. Check your knees, make sure they're tracking in the same line of your toes. Adjust from the top of the thigh. 5. 4. 3. 2. Dropping all the way down as you exhale. Keep your knees soft. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right leg steps back. Inhale, left leg steps back. Exhale, dropping to the floor, pointing the toes, roll the shoulders back. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Or maybe some of us can't do that, so we're going to stay with the cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Put your right heel on the brick. Again, left foot steps forward. I'm sorry, it's the other way. Left heel on the brick. Right foot steps forward. Again, adjust and make sure you don't bend too much. Front and back of the thighs contracted, pressing the toes into the floor. If you feel any pain in the knee, step wider. Watch the rotation. Make sure your knee is facing forward. Rising up. Staying here again for 5, 4, 3, 2, circling 3 times. 1, opening the chest. Cactus arms, open the heart. 2, 3, clasping the hands and lifting the chest. Exhale, pull the navel in and come down, humble warrior. 5, look at your knee, check it's tracking in the same line of the foot. 4, 3, 2, left hand on the floor, breathe in. As you breathe out, pushing with your left hand, rotating only with the rib cage. Keep the hips square. Reach the right arm up for 5, opening the chest, making sure there's no rotation in the thigh. 4, 3, 2, hand down. All right, from here, step the back leg in, hip width apart, soft knees, and slowly rising up, keep your knees soft. Inhaling, hands up, and exhaling, hands down. Going one last time on the left side, lifting your heels and stretching up, up, and up, balancing on your toes. And slowly dropping down, floating your foot against the ground, contracting the quads. 5, 4, 3, 2, feet down, hands down. Exhale. Lift your body halfway up. Inhale. Left leg steps back. This is the last time. Right leg steps back. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, drop all the way to the floor, pointing the toes. Again, if you can do an up dog, go ahead. Otherwise, cobra so that the legs stay on the floor. And exhaling, tucking the toes in and pushing back into the downward facing dog. So this time your right heel stays on the block, left leg comes forward, adjusting your stance to be as wide as comfortable for your legs. Front and back of the thighs contracted, pushing the toes into the floor, rising up. Reaching up overhead, engaging the inner thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, circle 3 times with the hands, 1, 2, and 3. Remember, contract the front and back of your thighs, squeeze the hands behind, lift the heart as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, going into humble warrior, remember, keep your toes active, draw your navel in, drop down, 5, 4, 3, 2, right hand on the floor, breathe in, exhale, twisting from the rib cage, keeping the hips steady, no rotation in the thighs, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly dropping down, step your legs in, exhaling, let's stay here for a while, feet are as wide as you want, knees are soft, inhale halfway up, exhale, pull your navel in and come down. Those of you that can, grab your big toes, press into the big toes. Shoulders away from ears. Soft knees always. Open your chest. 3 more breaths here. On the next inhale, halfway up, keep the knees bent. You can put the elbows on the thighs. Or you can put the hands on the waist. And exhale, coming a little lower. Maybe you want to put your hands underneath the soles of the feet and push the toes into the hands. If you can reach, otherwise put the hands on the block. Bend the knees, bend the arms, elbows pointing outward, shoulders away from ears. 5, 4, knees are soft. 3, 2, and slowly release. Knees are soft, slowly roll up. Inhale, hands overhead. Keep your knees soft. Exhale, hands down. Now let's take a block and put it between our legs. So grab the block and put it between our legs. Squeezing your inner thighs together. Those of you that have issues with your LCL, remember you can go a little wider. Some of you need to go a little wider. If you need to go a little wider, just activate your inner thighs. Otherwise, you might even want to put the block here. A little bit lower for a little bit of support. Okay? So squeezing the thighs together. Inhaling. Keeping the knees slightly bent. Squeezing the thighs together. Exhaling, put the hands behind. Roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Lift, 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 lift. Scoop the tailbone slightly. Keep knees slightly bent. Lift, 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 lift. Do what you can. 10. 9. Soft knees. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And release, rise up. Inhaling, lift off your heels, squeeze your inner thighs. Squeezing the inner thighs. If it's available to you, bend the knees and come down halfway. 5, squeezing inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, release, drop down to the floor and stay here. If you want to go a little lower, remember, bend your knees. Grab your ankles or grab around your legs, pull your navel in and drop your forehead. Knees are bent. Removing the block, or if you need the support, maintain it. 5, 4, 3, 2, round 2, pull the navel in, roll up slowly spine by spine. Going again one more time, inhaling, hands up. Keeping the knees soft, exhaling, put the hands on the sacrum again, scoop the tailbone. The elbows inwards and start to lift the heart again one more time with a back bend. Scoop the tailbone, lift the heart, open the chest. Inhaling. Exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, release, rise up. Inhaling, hands up, lift your heels. Exhaling, squeezing your inner thighs, pull the navel in and slowly dropping down. Doing as per your body will allow you for 5, 4, 3, 2, hands down, pull the navel in. This is the last time. Bend the knees, stick the butt out. Some of you need to roll onto the outer edge of your foot and remove the block. Otherwise, squeeze the block to support the inner thighs. Clasp the hands together and slowly take the hands overhead. Pull the navel in. Inhale. Exhale for 5. Exhale for 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. And exhale. Release, slowly rising up. Remove the block, inhaling, hands up. And exhale, hands down. So facing sideways. Have your feet comfortably wide. Some of you need to open your toes slightly and make sure your knees and toes are tracking in the same direction. Otherwise, some of you might feel comfortable with the toes forward. So check with your knees and adjust to make sure that your knees feel okay. We're going for the triangle. Okay, so your right foot turns, turn from the top of your hip, making sure your knees and toes line up. Wherever your knee stops, that's where you're going to put your foot. Wherever your knee stops, that's where you're going to put your foot. Okay, so listen to your body. Some of us will have the knee out, keep the knee soft. Some of us will press the heel a little bit and turn from the top of the thigh. Some of you might feel good here, some of you won't, so feel free to open your knee if you don't feel good. Keep a bend in the knees at all times. Now squeeze the inner thighs like you want to bring the legs closer together, but you don't. Contract also the outer thighs, the upper thighs. Okay, upper thighs.
Really, there's no sound. Is it only for me? I cannot hear the sound.
No, we don't hear as well, Lani.
You're not alone.
Okay, thank you. I thought it's just my sound, my volume. Let me send the message to Nord.
Looks like the whole connection is gone.
I see her moving around, but I don't hear anything.
Have you guys all lost the connection altogether?
Yeah, the connection is, I cannot see her as well.
No,
No,
I
can
can
see her,
I
but
can
no
I
voice.
can't hear her.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
fine.
saying
Her, but I cannot hear her. I have I can hear her very low now.
yeah, that's not right.
Yeah.
It's there, but voice is gone.
No,
We
voice is
cannot
gone.
hear.
We can't hear you.
I just see Lonica waving madly.
Maybe let's all wave madly. That might work.
I see them waving a lot.
Huh.
No. 1, 2, 3. Do this and this. Connected.
Check if these are okay. Okay. I heard that.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Couldn't hear you
Okay.
before, but now I can hear you.
Ah, you know we're back, yes.
Stop
Yeah.
this one.
So everyone can hear me as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's start the triangle again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You want me to do the triangle again?
Yes.
Yes, we lost you from triangle.
You lost you from triangle. Okay. All right. So we're going to do the triangle again. So step your feet a little bit wider. But remember to check how your knees feel. Some of you might need to actually turn the toes out slightly. Some of you, or if you're going to feel comfortable like this, some of you might make it a little bit narrower. So checking in on your knees and find the width that feels good. Turn the toes. So let's get into the triangle. First thing we're going to do is rotate from the top of the right thigh. Lift the toe off the floor. Rotate from the top of the right thigh. And only go as far as your thigh will go. So the foot will go as far as the thigh will go. Okay, and if the thigh can open, your foot is going to be slightly in. Okay, with the other foot also, you want to keep both knees slightly bent. And some of you might want to rotate the thigh in, the foot goes with it. Some of you are going to be happy here. Remember to check with the knee. Both knees are soft. Take a deep breath in, hands up. Exhaling, reaching forward and coming down. First thing you want to do is put the elbow in the thigh. Contract the front and back of your thighs. Reach up and over. Some of you can go a little bit lower. Some of us are going to use a block. So don't worry about how the pose should look. You have to listen to your knees and do what feels good for them. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pushing to rise up again, inhaling. Remember, knees are soft at all times. Exhaling, turning for the other side. So come back to your neutral position first. And then again, turn from the top of your thigh. And only as far as your thigh turns, your knee turns. This one will roll in. So roll in from the top of your thigh. And only as far as your thigh will turn, your toes will turn. Soften knees, inhaling, reaching, exhaling, coming down. The elbow can be on the thigh, elbow can be on a block. So some of you are going to use the block. Dropping down, opening your chest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and again, rising up, inhaling, hands overhead, and exhaling, slowly coming down, turning again, and stepping the feet in. So the next thing we're going to do is the pyramid pose. Remember, our feet are hip width apart or wider. Okay, so with your feet hip width apart or wider, grab your blocks. Keeping your feet hip width apart or wider, take one leg and step forward. Keep both knees soft. Some of you will take the block and put it underneath And in fact, let's all do that. Toes are facing forward, step wider if you need. If you feel pain in the knees, step wider. Both knees are soft, but if you want to, pull the back thigh up and push your toes into the ground. Inhaling, take your hands up, soft front knee. Exhaling, dropping down. You can try to aim for the floor with one or both hands. Maybe you can go all the way down. Maybe you don't need a block. Okay, and so pushing your thighs back, opening your chest softly, front thigh contracted, back thigh contracted, supported contraction on the front back. Press your toes into the floor. Go all the way down. You can stay here. Otherwise, you can clasp your hands, take them behind the head, take your forehead to your knee. 10, 9. If you want to, without straightening your knee, lift your front sitting bone until you feel the hamstring stretch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Left hand goes down. You can use a block and go halfway up, or you can put your hand on the floor and lift your chest, breathe in. As you breathe out, rotating from the rib cage, reach up, open your chest, keep the hand on the hip, keep on rotating the chest. Paribhrita Trikonasana. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hand comes down, going into the downward facing dog from here. Downward facing dog, pushing back. If it's available to you, lift the right leg up on overhead. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Shanti, knock down the spotlight. Okay, reaching up and overhead softly. Push back. You might need to keep the block underneath your heel. And on the next exhale, pull the navel in, forehead to knee, into your plank. Keep your knee soft if you need to. And then pushing back up again, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, inhaling, exhaling, hold here for 4, 3, 2, put the foot back, drop all the way down or chaturanga. Point the toes, cobra, lift, 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 do what you can. Everyone's different. Releasing, downward facing dog again. Hop, step, or walk your feet in. And rising up, inhaling, hands overhead. Keep the knees soft. Exhale, hands down. So we're going to do the pyramid again on the other side. So you're going to use this block to support. Okay? So this time, we're going to step the left leg forward. Last time we stepped the right leg forward, now it's the left. So right heel goes on the block. Remember, some of you might need to step a little wider than hip width. Step the leg forward, keep the knee bent. No rotation in the knee. Front and back of the thighs contracted. Pressing the toes into the floor, inhaling, reaching up. You may use your block. Exhale, slowly dropping down and touching the ground. So doing as however your body can achieve. Remember, keep a bend in the knee. Pull the navel and drop down. You can stay here. Those of you that can, you're gonna clasp the hands and let the fists fall behind you. If it's too much load on your leg, you just hold a block. Keep the load off your leg. 10, 9, 8, contract the front of the thigh. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Right hand down on the floor on your block. You might use your block. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the left hand behind the back. Paribhrita Trikonasana. Some of you can reach up. Some of you can keep the hand here. Do as however you can. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, down, going for three-legged dog. The front foot steps back. Three-legged dog. Lift that left leg up. Soft knee. Push the heel back. Inhaling, lift, 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 lift. Exhaling, pull the navel in, knee to chest. Going again, 2 more times. Inhaling, reach, 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 reach. Exhaling, knee to chest. Did you see the mosquito spray? There's a can of mosquito prevention. What happened? He caught something?
Yes.
Oh my God, no! Shanti just made her first kill. What is it?
Oh, it's the one. It's the one who fell from the roof.
Oh, oh my God.
Big.
Okay, slowly release. Step back. Thank you. Drop down, exhaling. You use it too. Roll your shoulders back. We're going for the cobra. Lifting your chest. Do what you can. Exhaling to downward facing dog. All right, hop step or walk your feet in. Keep the knees soft. Slowly roll up, breathe in. And breathe out. Come down. Okay, so what we're going to do next is step your feet wide again, knees and toes wide. We're going for the goddess squat. Okay. The thing with the goddess squat
That is, as we
is
just keep
that
pausing.
knees were facing. Some of us, the video keeps saying.
It's internal.
It's an internet connection. I don't think we can about it.
I can hear everything he's saying, but
I think the speaker. You can hear everything. Okay. So try to bear with what is going. Now, some of us are going to go a little now and and it's got to line up with foot. Allow the knee to line up with your foot, but stick your butt back like you're going to sit on a chair. Sticking your butt, some of us will go a little bit. So if you want to work vastus medius, go a little bit closer. Okay, otherwise you're going to go a little wider. Stick your butt back to it. Drop into it, contract, inner thighs, contract from the thighs, contract the back. Don't need to drop down too far. Make sure knees don't go past the toes. Overhead for 5. Shoulder 4. Some of us that feel comfortable to do it can push the toes in their turning from the top of the thigh. Turn your toes to face a little forward. Some of you, though, will feel comfortable with the soft out turn of the foot. So check to see how your knee feels. Stick your butt back, put your hands on your thighs, stick your butt back, take a breath. And as you exhale, slowly come down to Prasarita Padottanasana. Supporting your weight on the ground, keeping your knees micro bent as you drop down. Inhaling halfway up, exhaling, lining up your hands and your feet if it's available. Keeping a slight bend in the knees. Stretch your heart towards the floor. Lift your sitting bones without straightening the legs all the way until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Don't forget to activate the front of the thighs and push the balls of your toes into the floor. Draw the navel in and look behind you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Come halfway up. If you can, take your block. We're going into a supported hip opener. Put the blocks behind you. Take your hands to the floor. Open your knees and toes and see if you can put your butt on the blocks. If you can't put the butt on the blocks, make the blocks a little higher. And that way, we don't want to strain anything. So listen to your knee. If you feel pain here, roll in a little. If you feel pain here, roll outward a little. We're using our blocks to support our body weight. Move your knees to a position that feels good. Stretch your thighs up. If you feel okay to do it, press the thighs and roll onto the outer edge of the foot. But some of you will feel better just staying here. So option A, push the thighs. Option B, pull the navel in and stretch up. Option C, grab your knees and lift your chest. 10, 9, supported Malasana. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, put the left hand down and reach the right hand over, getting into the side bend. Malasana side bend. If it feels available to you, start to slide the leg out to the side. Keep the knee slightly bent, floint the foot. Slightly bent, floint the foot, contract the top of the thigh. If this feels good for you to do, otherwise, have a slight bend in it to protect the knee. Reaching, 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 reaching. 5, 4, 3, stretching your side. 2, release back, using your hand, bring the leg in and change sides. So choice A, keep the knee bent. Choice B, start to slide the leg out a little bit, flex the foot or floint the foot. Choice C, keep going, micro bend, contract the top of the thighs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. If that doesn't feel good, just come in a little. 5, 4, 3, 2. Release. Since we're sitting on something, bring your knees a little bit closer. Extend one leg, put the hands down, and push yourself into the plank pose. Inhaling into the plank. Exhaling, dropping down. Abs on, point your toes. Inhaling, cobra. Keep your legs supported. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Hop, step, or walk your feet in. And rising up, soft knees, inhaling up. Exhaling down, we're going to do another exercise for the quadricep tendon and for your balance. If you're having difficulty balancing, go against the wall for support or grab hold of an object. Otherwise, plant firmly your foot, pull the navel in, start to lift the other leg off the floor. Do not lock the knee, so keep a bend in the knee at all times. Let's try straightening the leg, floint the foot, push the foot forward, and then come back. You can touch the toe down, push the foot forward, come back. Some of us can do a little bit more. Some of us can do a little bit more. Some of us can go all the way up, drawing in from here, flointing 10 times, contracting forward, soften the knee. 10. Soften the knee, push the foot into the floor, all toes. 9. Abs on. 8. 7. Feel free to use the wall. 6. 4. If you want here more, external rotate. 3. Just a little bit. 2. External rotate just a little bit. 1. Release. Drop down. All right. So what we're going to do next is step the left foot forward. And if you want, put your heel on the foot into a lunge. Sinking down, pushing the toes, inhaling, contracting the front and back of the thighs. Reach up, breathe in. And as you breathe out, releasing, dropping down. All right, at this point in time, I want you to take your hands to the right and step the right leg. Open the toes to the side and see how far you can drop down. Some of us need to go on our knees. So if you can't do that, put a cushion underneath. We're going for the lizard. Some of us will need to take the block and put it where our thigh is. Put your thigh on the block in the lizard so that you can support, contract the knee upwards. Some of us can go a little bit lower. Open the knees and toes to the side. 10, 9. So your knees will follow where your toes are. 8, move your knee to where it feels good. It doesn't matter how you look. If you can't find a place where your knee feels good, just drop it to the floor and go into a modified pigeon, opening your knee to the side. And if you feel pain under your knee, grab your pillow and put it under your knee. 4, 3, 2, release, slowly, coming back, doing what you can to push yourself back up, soft knees. Gonna keep the props handy on the other side so you can see. Inhaling, keep your knees soft, coming up. Exhaling, hands down. So now we're gonna strengthen again the front part of your thigh, the quadricep muscle, pressing the toe in the ground, and remember, you have the wall, keeping the knees soft. Use any kind of support that you need. Soft knees, firming the thigh, hands on waist if available. Draw the navel in. Let's start small. Push forward, tap down. Push forward, tap down. Micro bend the knee. Push forward, tap down. Go higher. Higher. Push forward, tap down. Higher. Push forward, tap down. Now let's stay wherever you want. Draw the navel in. 4, 10. Flointing the foot forward. 9, 8. Softening the knee. 7, 6, 5. And if you want more, external rotate a little bit or abduct. 4. And that's going to get into here. 3, 2. And release, dropping down, stepping the left leg forward. Breathe in and breathe out, dropping. Contract the front and back of the thigh. Support the heel if you need to. Inhaling, reaching up, 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 up. Open your chest. Getting into the hip flexor. Exhale, dropping down. Let's go for those options. Okay, so I might put the block on my thigh, top of my femur. Okay, I might do that. I might put the cushion under my knee. I might move my knee and my foot to where my knee feels okay. Okay, where knee feels okay is different, but keep the heel and the knee in line. Do not do this. Do not do this. Keep the heel and knee in line. You can put the heel a little forward. Okay, but always where the thigh is, that's where the toes are going to face. Drop into your hip and put your attention here. Okay, so you don't need to go lower, just depends on where you are now. If you really can't find a good position for this, then what you want to do is just open the knee this way with support, dropping into it, abducting outwards. So 10, like a half frog. 9, 8, and if you want, you can half frog and lift the heart to get into the hip flexor. 7, at least the knee has support. 6, 5, 4, and if not, you can always prop, put something under your thigh. 3, 2, release in any way that you can. In any way that you can. We're rising up, stepping your feet in, soft knees rise. Inhaling, hands overhead, and exhaling, hands down. So that concludes our standing poses, standing balances. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into seated. Now, if I'm working with someone with knee injury and seated, two things might happen. The first thing is that I'll probably do something like this. Okay, and put something underneath the knees like I displayed a while ago. If there's a little bit of instability in the knee joint, like ACL, PCL. Okay, so ACL, PCL probably will do this, any kind of maybe arthritis or some kind of swelling. You want to keep a slight micro bend by putting something underneath, whether it's a cushion or a block. Okay, so we're going to go for Janu Sirsasana. I'm going to take my block, and if I have MCL or LCL, I'm actually going to put the knee on supports. Okay, so MCL, LCL is going to look like this. Floating the front foot, inhale, otherwise, Janu Sirsasana. Exhale, pull the navel in and start to come down to wherever it is your body will allow you. You stick your butt out, pull the navel in, float the front foot. Inhale, exhale, 10, 9, nice micro bend in the knee, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly I come up. Now I'm going to go for Parivrita Janu Sirsasana because I'm already here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the block to the side and I'm going to open a little to the side. So now I'm here, open to the side, and again, I might need to prop up the leg. Okay, propping up the leg, micro bending the knee, everything is supported. Now I'm going to spend my time sideways. I might put the elbow or the hand somewhere to support the body weight as I lean to the side. It might feel a little bit different because it is. Another alternative to this is to open your knee as much as you can and just keep it there, contract the back of the knee and come down like this. So this might feel better for some people with either MCL or LCL or any kind of meniscus. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release and slowly come up. Now staying on this side because it's just so much easier. Coming back to the front and keeping the knees hip width apart. Okay, inhale, reach up, pull the navel in, exhale, lift your chest and rotate as much as you can. You may push the thigh and thigh pushes back so knee doesn't rotate, and twist as much as you can. Twist as much as you can for 10. Propping yourself up with your backhand. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release, return. So now, let's enjoy that all again on the other side. So I'm going to face the other way so you can see better. And again, you might need to prop up the knee and keep a healthy micro bend, supporting knees and toes tracking in the same direction. Starting with our Janu Sirsasana, hips are facing this way. Take the block, support the femur and tibia as you come down. Femur and tibia are supported. Some people can't bend the knee so much, so don't. Okay, you're still gonna get a good stretch. So staying here, stick your butt out a little bit. Inhaling, take your hands up, and exhaling, go forward. Pull the navel in and slowly drop down. Abs on, navel in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, flow into your foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly come up. Breathe in and breathe out. Going for Parvrita Janusirsasana, bringing the leg up slowly. Again, picking up and opening. Some of us will actually stay here. Okay, so remember, knees wherever the toes are. Some of us can actually take the block again and supporting the femur and tibia drop down. Again, you don't need to bend too much. Some people can't do that, so don't do it. Just stay out here. You'll still get a good stretch. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, start to bend side. Maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. As however your body can do today, start to open the side of the waist, and the inner thighs are getting a beautiful stretch as well to make up for all the work we did in the inner thighs a while ago. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, high rascal cat, 2, and release. Slowly come up. Bring the leg in a little bit. Lift your chest, breathe in, prop yourself up with your backhand, rotating from the rib cage, draw the navel in, push the thigh, thigh pushes back, knee doesn't rotate. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release, return. So now we're going to go on our belly for the next portion of the class. Oh, but first, let's go into Paschimottanasana. Shanti! Okay. All right, soft knees. Stick your butt out. Navel in and dropping slowly down. Oh my God, you ate it. Gross. 10. Navel in, dropping head. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rise up. Now you're going to take the block and you're going to put it between your legs, squeezing your inner thighs. Open your feet a little wider, squeezing your inner thighs. Make sure your knee feels happy. Okay, so some of us will go here. Some of us will go wider. Be sure to use the one that feels good for you. Hands are behind, under the shoulders. If you want to measure how wide, put your hands on your butt, drop on your elbows. Where your elbows are, that's where you put your hands. Scoop your tailbone, squeezing the block between your legs. Lift up as per however you can. Keep the knees in line with the toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, dropping down. Now open your legs as however you can. And again, some of us might need to put some pillows underneath our knees to keep them micro bent. Keep the knees micro bent and stick the butt out the back. You might need to roll in or out depending on how the inner and outer sides of your legs feel. Sometimes one leg will roll out and the other leg will roll in. So listen to your knees and see which rotation do my knees enjoy and keep them pain-free. You hold that rotation and you might even need to like hold your legs in a certain position using your hands on your femur. Otherwise, stick your butt out, take a deep breath in, floating your feet, pull the navel in, and slowly drop down for our last forward fold, Upavishta Konasana. 10. Exhale, 9. Exhale, 8. Exhale, 7. Exhale, 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And slowly roll up and relax. So the next thing we're going to do is just rotate the toes. Rotate the other way. And you're going to bring the knees in. And if it's available to you, you're going to put them on the floor. If this is not available to you, feel free to prop yourself up and put something underneath your knees to keep them micro bent, like a small towel or something. And what we're going to do is we're going to contract the quadriceps. So put your hands behind you and lift your chest. And so as you exhale, and you can do this against the wall, so some of you might feel comfortable to go onto the wall and lean on the wall so that you have support for your back. And some of you might even go the other way and put your feet against the wall and use your hand to prop yourself up. Feet are hip width apart. Again, pressing the wall with your toes, propping yourself up. So whichever one you decide to do, make sure that there's no pain in your knees, because now you're going to put your hands on your knees, tighten the quadriceps tendon by firing the quads. So keep your feet hip width apart. Again, if there's pain in the knee, prop up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, contract your quads, pull your navel in and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Inhale again. And as you exhale, again, contract the quads. 5, 4, 3, 2, again, release. Inhale. Again, exhale, contract the quads. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time, inhale. Exhale, contract the quads for 5, 4, 3, and slowly release. So we're coming down on our backs. Coming down on our backs, we're going to work the hamstring. Now you gotta make sure your heels and your knees are in line, and you wanna make sure that the rotation of your feet follows the rotation of your thighs. To safeguard it, you can put a block between your legs in any way that feels comfortable for you. So everyone is different. Find what works for you. We're gonna contract the hamstrings. Okay, so pressing the toes down into the floor and lifting the hands off the floor. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, scoop the tailbone. Press the floor with your whole foot and lift the butt just a little bit. Some of us will stay here. Some of us will keep going. Some of us will keep going and going and going and going and going. And some of us will lift the heels. 5,
4, 3, 2. Heels down. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. So we're contracting the hamstring group and the gastrocnemius to protect the back of the knee. Let's try that again 3 more times. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, scoop the tailbone and start to push your whole foot into the floor. You will feel the posterior compartment firing. And just lift up. Remember to use your inner thighs. Some of us can lift the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly release and come down. So only go as far as your body will let you. 2 more times. Inhale to prepare. And again, exhaling, scooping, pressing the whole foot into the floor again. Allowing yourself to lift, 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 lift. And stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Come down. Last time. Breathe in. Breathe out, pressing your whole foot into the floor, scooping the tailbone. Lifting up, 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 lift, 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 lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, release, and relax. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is a supported shoulder bridge. Taking the blocks underneath the hip. Now, teacher might want to realign your knees at this point with your thighs and to fine-tune the rotation of the pelvis to match your knees and thighs, to open the chest, making sure that everything feels comfortable. Some of us are wider, but remember, adjust. Some of us are narrow. And what we need to do, some of us are maybe doing this, is we need to check to make sure our knees are happy with our choice. We're going to stay here. This actually helps to realign our pelvis. Sometimes knees are a victim of the hips. And when you sort the hips, most of the time what happens is knee pain starts to go. We're going to stay here and breathe. Now, if you don't want to do a shoulder stand, you can actually stay on the blocks and just lift your feet up like this. Or put your feet against the wall and lift your feet up like this. Viparita Karani, restorative shoulder bridge, shoulder stand. Those of you that can do a shoulder stand in the normal fashion, feel free to catch the hips in the hands and lift your feet up in the air. And we're here. Lifting the feet up is a great way to do fluid drainage on your legs. So if there's any swelling in your legs in any place, then lifting your feet up is actually a great way to relieve the pressure. So whether you're doing Viparita Karani with the blocks of the sacrum, or you're lifting the feet in the air, they're both going to have the same value of fluid drainage in the legs. So continue breathing. So you want to stay up here for around 2 minutes. That will make it a lot more beneficial for your legs. And then if you want to go into Halasana, you can bend the knees and Put the knees on the forehead, or you can go all the way down if your feet feel okay with it. I kind of don't have room, so I'm going to stay here. Some of you will be a little wider. And slowly roll down. Putting the hands underneath the hips, pointing the toes. Inhale, lift the chest, open the throat, stretch your neck back, and look behind you for 5 breaths in Matsyasana. And again, if knees don't enjoy, can always prop or just put something underneath you like this. Release, relax. In Shavasana, you may continue to have something under your knees. Keep them in a gentle micro bend. And relax onto the floor. Again, breathing into the lower portions of the body is really good. So let's go back to our belly breathing and try to get the breath energy into the big toes for the Shavasana portion of the class. And we'll spend 5 minutes here. While we lie in Shavasana, send unconditional love to your knees. You can talk to your knees and have a conversation with them. And we will remain here for the next 5 minutes. Enjoy your Shavasana.
Yeah, that's into the fall.